Hi there and welcome to Vox Singing Academy's video podcast number 23. And today I have a very special guest with me today, which is Ryan. How you doing today, Ryan?
Good, Peter.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming in. Ryan is one of our Ryan is our longest serving teacher besides myself. Been nearly teaching for a decade.
Yep.
And you have been, you started singing when you were 6 years old.
Yeah, you grew up in a very, very strict church, so we had singing 3 days a week.
Yep.
So, if you weren't allowed to sit down, you had to sing.
That's fantastic. So you sung since you were 6, you've been in bands, you've done theatre, you've done film, you've done TV, you've taught for us, you've been in your own bands, you're autonomous now, you're doing solo stuff, you've got a lot of things a lot of experience. But we're going to talk today, our main point we're going to be talking today is about your biggest vocal influence, your biggest singing influence that you've ever had. And today we're going to be talking about Mike Patton from the numerous bands that he is in, and what influence he's had on you, and your singing, and about his voice. Now, as those of you who don't know who Mike Patton is, Mike Patton is an American singer who I think was born in California, San Francisco, California, and his first band that he put together was Mr. Bungle, and then he joined Faith No More for their second album, which was Introduce Yourself. We Care a Lot was their first one, which was with a different singer, Chuck Mosley, his name was, a different singer, and then he's been Mike Patton has been in numerous bands, more than what we can mention, but some of the big ones is obviously Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, Fantômas, Tomahawk, Peeping Tom. They're his big ones. He also has numerous solo albums that he releases as well too, vocally.
Busy guy.
He's a music producer, multi-instrumentalist, film producer as well too.
He's done a few scores.
So he's exceptionally, must be exceptionally busy. So I'm going to just basically just lead off and let you sort of take the rest. So talk about Mike Patton and why he was such a big influence on you. Because as I said, you are a teacher at Vox Singing Academy and you teach numerous contemporary genres, but just tell us about Mike Patton.
Well, I have to tell you a story. I have to go back and tell you a story about this because I was thinking about it. Who was my most influential singer? Who's the singer that I really developed, learned a lot from? And I threw a few around, and I was like, Mike Patton's definitely the one because I remember I was in year 10 at McKinnon, and I went down. There's a place you go when you go to year 10. You can go to the 7-Eleven. You can go behind the 7-Eleven. You can go down, walk down, get a Slurpee. So they let you out of the school. So there were a couple of guys that were older than us that had cars. They were driving, and they go, hey Ryan, hey, come check this out, because they knew I was kind of like I was a little bit different. I was a bit quiet back then. I never really spoke to anyone. They were going to rev me up, so they got me in their car and they chucked on, I think it was Midlife Crisis or it was Be Aggressive from Angel Dust.
Excellent,
And they just pumped it up, and I was just sitting there going, it was like, be aggressive, be aggressive. It was like I was just blown away. And
now Angel Dust, that's the one with the dead cow's head on the front?
I think it's the Swan one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Which one's the one with the dead cow's head on the front?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe I got it wrong.
Yeah, I've got numerous. I've got most of their albums.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I felt like it was from that album, but like I said, I didn't even know them back then. Faith No More, Mike Patton. I didn't even know who the guy was. And after that, I was like, I've got to check more of this out. And so that was 2000. I think that was 1993. And then 2 years later, they came out with King for a Day.
Great.
And that year,
that's the black album with the
red
guy on a train or something like that.
I've got the T-shirt. I got the King for a Day extra large 90s T-shirt. Hanging off my shoulders.
The wolf head.
Back then everything was baggy, so I got the extra large shirt.
I had one as well.
It's like, that year was just big because I just changed everything. it opened up a lot for me. It wasn't that one song, but it was a bunch of stuff. But that album, I just went out and bought it, and I bought a speaker, and I had it on every night of the week.
Yeah.
And I rehearsed, I sang along to every song. Mum must have just been going nuts.
So a speaker, so you bought a foldback and a mic, and you were singing.
Oh, I didn't need a mic back then. I only had one volume, and that was loud.
Okay.
So it's just...
And you're singing the whole album. So that was your big influence.
Yeah. And I learned a lot from that album, because it starts off, I can't remember what song, I haven't listened to it through for a while, but it has every sound. It has every single sound, like... from Take This Bottle, it sort of starts more crooner. Take this bottle. He sort of sings like that all the way through.
Yep.
And then, there was another one, Cuckoo for Caca. It's just like nuts. He just goes into a fry.
Great song.
It's like, wow! He's sort of doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just sang along every day, and I just...
Yeah.
So he's a big influence because of the different vocal registers that he uses.
Very diverse.
Yeah.
Especially with that, with Faith No More, when they first started off. Well, not when they first started off, probably off on their second album, Introduce Yourself. But even when they started off as well too, they had that gimmick of they're putting a band together with a cowboy, a guy that's in metal, a guy that's into rap.
Yeah.
So the guy with dreadlocks that was meant to be into reggae.
Yeah.
So that was the concept of that.
Yeah.
Of them with all of these different sounds coming in, and they really I think it was that the real thing and Angel Dust, they really started to broaden out. King for a Day, album of the year. They were very diverse.
Yeah.
And same. I think that Mike Patton. My spin on Mike Patton, and I'm a vocal teacher, is that he is very, very good at everything. Not amazing.
Yeah.
Not amazing at just one thing. Like, most singers, like, if we say Ariana Grande, she's great in her middle and then her falsetto. She's got 2 or 3 things that she's really strong at.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike Patton, I remember listening to, especially as the Faith No More career lengthened and he went into his other bands, Tomahawk and Fantômas. I thought that he was exceptional in all areas. A great crooner, a great higher cry, true voice range.
Yeah.
A great screaming true voice and a falsetto as well. So he had all these diversities, and I just thought he was great. I think one of the ones that really brought it up to me was when they covered the Easy by Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie, the band that Lionel Richie was in. Yeah. The name eludes me now.
Me too. It'll come to me. I'll pop it up.
That was a real big one, because it was like, wow. And he didn't veer too far away from Lionel Richie's version.
Yeah.
It was pretty much the same key.
Yeah.
Really nice and smooth. So I just thought, wow, he's a great vocalist. He really, really is. And that band, extremely talented band.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of the musos in that band have gone off and done numerous other bands as well too. Playing, but and same with Mike Patton as well too. So.
Yeah, there's so many it's just crazy. You listen to the album and it's the tempo changes, the voice changes, the instruments change. Like there's a whole orchestra in some songs, and then there's saxophone, and it's just all over the place. But it's great. it's like
more so the latter albums. Their first Introduce Yourself. I really like it. It was straight ahead. I suppose. Rock, really, slightly alternative, but they went more alternative as they kept on going, and more experimental. I think it was well, like on that song Epic. When I used to watch it. I remember when it came out. MTV. Is that you want it all, but you can't have it?
I grew my hair long, so there's a couple of guys, Daniel Johns and him, but everyone was doing it. But I used to do
like that with a hat on.
Used to do the moves like, can you see it? Touch it. This is so sweet.
I remember that.
Because it makes so difference. It's like it's just the vocal timing.
And the second single off that album.
Is it Midlife Crisis? I can't remember.
No. It's in my... It was a faster song.
Yeah, I wasn't...
Great song.
I just remember that one on that one album, but I was more in King for a Days. That was the one that
Yeah.
I just did over and over, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I
I just
wanted to be like that.
I've even got their first album.
He was very dramatic. That was the other thing too. He's very dramatic. Like even on the video clips and just the way he sings, it's just drama. It's just he's over the top with his lyrics.
Have you heard him do he's done some classical things. And you told me before we were starting to record is that he does a lot of stuff in Spanish.
Yeah. I think there was a B track on one of the albums or on one of the singles. He sang it all in Spanish. Or something like that. There might have been a part of it at least, but yeah, he's I think he's actually worked in collaboration with Sepultura, but that's Portuguese, I think, isn't it? Sepultura, Brazil.
It is Portuguese, yes.
Yeah, so that's a bit different. So I might have been Portuguese.
He's collaborated with a lot of bands.
Yeah.
A lot of bands.
Yeah.
Alino, Dillinger Escape Plan. Yeah. I think he's done a lot of collabs.
Yeah, so I guess that was my big inspiration. So I mean, if I can run off a couple of songs, right? Like, bit to the kids out there. Sorry about this, but "Ugly in the Morning." There's a song. Parental guidance. With these songs, because there was a big sticker on the album. Then a lot of swear words in these songs, but that song "Ugly in the Morning," it's just nuts. It's like, "Oh, look at me, I'm ugly in the morning." He goes up into a fry, he just goes into the fry. Yeah. "Dig in the Grave" starts clean. And then he goes into a wow. He goes into this
wow. Yes, it screams, yeah.
"Take This Bottle," crooner. "Evidence." I remember seeing "Evidence."
Yeah, because that's crooning.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's like, whoa, what is this? Is this the same album? It's like, it's a completely different song. So
did you say "Digging the Grave" as well?
Yeah, "Dig in the Grave."
I gotta be.
Yeah. So he doesn't sit in that pocket. He doesn't write his music where he just sings one thing all the way through. Even on "Dig in the Grave," he goes into all these different voices.
What's the one he starts really low? "I want them to know it's me."
Ashes to Ashes.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he goes 3-octave jump. Yeah.
Great.
And then he goes mid-voice, and then he goes real high. He goes into the cries and...
Did you say 3 octaves?
Yeah, he starts super low, and I think he goes
really low.
And then...
I want them to
know
it's me. It's on my... That's as low as it is.
Yeah, you never... you never
my
hear...
pitch is pretty good, so...
Yeah, you never hear singers do that. That's what I was impressed with. So, yeah, and it fit... What I was getting to is that it made me feel comfortable to learn to sing because I didn't have to push it. I could start with these easy songs, like Take This Bottle, and Evidence, and Easy even a little bit, and just build it up like that. So I didn't have scales, but I had Mike Patton.
I think that was also if I know I followed Faith No More from the start. Okay, so "We Care a Lot" with that song, and then when Mike Patton joined the band, and then I really think that Mike Patton's voice really on the first 3 albums made big progressions. I thought his voice on "Introduce Yourself" was good. It just cut the alternative rock thing. Voice wasn't exactly high, just getting through things. But I really think the real thing in "Angel Dust," his voice just went to the next level on those things where he was doing a lot more crooning and screaming and doing different things with that. Can I actually just tell you? I don't know whether this is true, but I read this when they first got signed, Faith No More. So this is just, you probably find this on the internet somewhere. But apparently they were giving away scholarships. So the San Francisco would give, and I think all of the scholarships were gone except the jazz one. So they applied. Well, I don't know whether it's Mr. Bungle or Faith No More, but they applied because all the other scholarships were gone, like the contemporary and the punk and the rock were all gone. And they applied for the jazz one and got the jazz one.
Okay. I
don't know whether it was Mr. Bungle or Faith No More, but it was one of those two that Mike Patton was involved in.
Yeah, right.
A true story. You should be able to find that somewhere.
It wouldn't surprise me with the way he sings with the jazz style in his voice, which is so. It's so event. It's not one dimensional. Yeah. So I just found, and I know that it's people like singing in one thing because that's their strength.
Yep.
So. I really highly rate him because of that, because he sings everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything. Yeah.
He's got some solo albums where he just makes different noises with his voice and all sorts of stuff. And, you know, he puts the mic here and then and does stuff like that. And does different, yeah.
Yeah, I think someone showed me was it the Mr. Bungle stuff, and I was like, well, that's probably a bit full on for me to listen to every day.
The first album was like a cult.
Yeah.
A cult classic, the one with the clown on the front.
No, okay. Yeah, I think that was the one.
Yeah, it was a bit of a cult classic, that one there. Yeah. So underground sort of cult classic. So
yeah, it was good band. Check out King for a Day if you're interested in developing different sounds, because it's actually a good entry. It was, funnily enough, it was actually the album.
The greatest hits, do you think?
Yeah, they've got heaps of that as well. But I don't know, I just like that album. But it's funny, like when that album came out, all the guys that showed me that first song in their car at 7-Eleven, they didn't like the album. They were like, oh, they've gone against what they do. They're too mainstream. They're mainstream now. Because they just exploded.
For Angel Dust.
For King for a Day, when King for a Day came out,
I thought it had a couple of commercial songs in it, but I thought the rest of it was quite alternative.
But back then it was like, you know, oh man, don't do commercial songs. It's all about raging against the machine. Yeah. So I thought that was funny. But for me it was like, dude, you want to grow up how I grew up? I was super conservative. This is not mainstream. Yeah. So it's relative, I guess.
Excellent. Yeah. Anything else you want to pop in, Ryan, before we sort of wrap it up?
No, that was pretty much it. I just, you know, I don't sing his stuff as much anymore. But I had the album on today, and I was like, oh man, I love singing this stuff. It's actually it's just good to sing along to for me. It fits in with what I like doing. But you know, like I just learned so much from that guy, and when I went from there to singing lessons, I was actually reverse engineering how he was doing it, I guess, because a lot of the melodies that they wrote, like they'd have octave jumps and they'd have going into this area and then cries, and then just, so it was kind of weird and interesting and cool at the same time. Yeah. I don't know what else to add from that, but
I've had a lot of students bring in Digging the Grave. What was the other one that I mentioned? I want them to know it's me.
Ashes to Ashes.
Ashes to Ashes and Easy.
Yeah.
So over the course of my singing career, they're the three that have been brought in, but Easy would double all of those there. That was their big one. Yeah,
it'll never die, that song.
Yeah, because radio got behind it.
Yeah, so I guess now it's like not as popular, that style. It's a bit too woo for most mainstream radio. So, but it's great. It's a great album, okay.
It is. Fantastic. Anything else you want to put in there, Ryan?
No, that's pretty much it. I just thought I'd share that with you guys and with you as well. So
fantastic.
It was a big inspiration, and yeah, I've got others as well that I really gravitate towards, but he was the one, I think, that just from memory and from learning, he was a big influence.
There probably couldn't be anyone better because he's so diverse. If you want to learn everything, learn what he does. Yeah, fantastic. I sort of got that a little bit with Paul McCartney. My favourite was Paul McCartney because he could sing low, middle, high, had a great high range, but then he did Helter Skelter, he was going and doing the high falsetto as well too, which is, everyone was touting as the first heavy metal song.
And Maybe I'm a Man, is that? Maybe I'm a man, maybe I'm the only one. It goes up to like an F sharp.
Does he?
In true voice, I think, on that one. Yeah, it's super high, and he's using like a real hard sound in his voice. Yeah, it wasn't falsetto.
It was great.
It's like a fry or something like that.
I think it was like it was a falsetto that he was belting.
But it was so different from the other Beatles songs that I heard when they were doing. Anyway,
let's wrap things up, Ryan.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. If you'd like lessons with Ryan, please give us a buzz. Jump on the website, Ryan will be more than happy to help you out. He is in the Dandenong and St Kilda studios, and he's very, very busy and a very popular teacher.
Also Moorabbin on Mondays.
Moorabbin as well too. Yes, sorry, we've got to mention that when we went Instagram Live before as well too. So
that's cool.
Moorabbin on Mondays, St Kilda, and then Dandenong.
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent. Thanks for coming in, mate. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And guys, check out Faith No More and check out Ryan on our website.
Thanks, guys.
See you soon. Bye bye.